today we're in the back of West Steptoe, which is originally where I'm from, funny enough. This is where I spent a lot of my childhood growing up. It was once bushland, but now it's kind of like real estate now, isn't it? I used to catch turtles and chase deers and dig out foxes out of their fox dens and that sort of stuff. But I think the only thing you could really pull out of a hole now is probably a bottle or a starpost. I'm a wildlife documentarian, but I guess my main pledge is to like try and educate and entertain people. I've always said we're all born wild, but it's a choice to be tame. You know, I really mean that. So Laura, like we're both pretty similar. You know, we're in a position that we're in life because we've followed a dream. You know, and it's hard. You know, a lot of people don't do that, and you know, we've been very passion based, and we love what we do. So that's definitely where we connect. You know, our time or our space of where we enjoy ourselves or where we feel most free. We have that in common, which is great. I went through university and done the whole gig there. And, you know, after I came out of it, I'd already been filming, you know, when I was a young kid. But, you know, I really started to put my head down and think, you know, how can I actually bring this to the attention of people? And I guess it really started from there. When I was about 21, 22, I started developing the YouTube platform. And, you know, things kind of spiraled from there. You know, I guess there was a bit of an audience, a bit of a following. And I guess to this point, it's been about, you know, the loyalty of trying to show people something new every single time, you know, but always to keep things unexpected and to keep surprising people. That's what it's about.
I think it's pretty crazy because I think I first saw one of your videos, it would have been 2012, and I was in my last year of uni. Mm-hmm. And because we're the same age, it's pretty crazy to think that you probably were in Sydney as well.
Yes.
Studying too.
Definitely.
And I was like,
probably thought like out in the jungle somewhere.
I thought you were like, you know, in the middle of Australia or something. I had no idea where you were, but it's like we were living in the same city, and I remember being like, this is
like
crazy.
6 suburbs over, eh? Like quite literally. But that just goes to show, you know, like a lot of the filming that I have done actually has been in society. You know, it's been in these places which are just around the corner, like in suburbia. So it just goes to show how much nature that we do have, and we need to open up those doors. We need to open up those corridors and start exploring.